Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Pamela Pedrick coming to you live from my home in Florida. It is day one of the Healthy Holidays Workshop Thrive Edition, where you will learn strategies, tips, and techniques on how you can truly have a healthy holiday season and not gain the traditional 5 pounds of fat that most women tend to gain during the holiday time. Yes, did you know from Halloween to New Year's? That typical weight gain is 5 pounds of fat. And it can take up until April to lose that weight if you lose it at all. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but there have been many holidays where I have gained the typical 5 pounds. I probably gained more than that, just to be honest. And so it can be difficult coming to the new year when, if your traditional New Year's resolutions, I made the same one 10 years in a row myself to lose weight, well, you got to add some pounds and inches to lose, right? So today is the Q&A. If you have any questions about the content that you learned today, let's talk about how the workshop works. So every morning, you will receive an email with a link to that day's content. Check your spam folder, check your other folder. Sometimes Gmail, if you have Gmail account, will put it in your promotions folder. Now, if you happen to have registered with a Hotmail account, if you have a different email, I highly advise you to use that email instead. Hotmail has a tendency to bounce back everyone's email, so it means it doesn't get to you. So if you have a different email, I highly recommend do register it with a different email. So every day you'll get a link to that day's content, the video training, as well as the action guides. It's one thing to learn, it's another thing to implement. And this is where you're going to start to see those results. So today was a 20-minute mindfulness method. And I will be going live here every night at 8 p.m. during the course of the 3 days of the workshop to answer any questions you might have about the content or about any of the day's content that has opened up for you so far. So you receive the email with the link to that day's content. And on that page, you might see a countdown, right? You have until Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time Friday, to watch all of the videos and to download all of the handouts as well. Yes, I'm giving you some time because I understand. Maybe you're prepping for Thanksgiving, right? Maybe you're doing things. I understand. So these techniques and strategies I'm sharing with you definitely can be used for Thanksgiving, definitely can be used for Christmas or any other holidays that you tend to celebrate during the course from Halloween to New Year's. And these are strategies that I started to implement back in 1999, New Year's Eve. Remember, for those of you who are old enough to remember the whole countdown to 2000, and we were like, what's going to happen when 2000 rolls around? Like, or is it the end of the world? Remember that? And like, girl, like, what's going to happen? So I literally started to implement these strategies I'm teaching you on New Year's Eve. And I did not feel deprived, and I didn't feel like I had overindulged. I felt great the next day. And yes, I had the desserts too. So you're going to get the email with the link to the content. Click that link. It'll take you to a web page, which will have a countdown. It'll have some things for you to read, and it'll have a video for that day's training. And under the video will be the handouts or the guide sheets to that day's content so that you will start to implement and download the sheets, keep it on hand, because the 20-minute mindfulness method is not just for the holiday season. This is a method to help you to not overeat. Let's be honest, overeating can be an issue, especially Thanksgiving Day. Overeating because, holiday time, you get these nice, yummy dishes that maybe potentially only comes around during this time of the year, right? So these 20-minute mindfulness method can definitely be used all year round. In fact, is a strategy that I do teach my own clients here in my Beyond the Fork health and weight loss program, because we have to have some mindfulness with our eating so we don't overindulge and have excess fats, calories, and sugar on our bodies. All right. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. If you're watching the replay, do the same thing. I will answer them for you as well. So you got the email, check your spam folder, check your promotions folder, and I just sent another email out as well. If you sent in your cell phone number, you also got a text message this morning with the link to today's content. So you get it in various different ways. It was also in the email reminder about the Q&A sessions. At the bottom will also be the link to that day's current content as well. So the Q&As will be every night here in the Facebook group at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Any questions that you have about that day's content or not, because today we did the 20-minute mindfulness method, post them in the comment section. I will answer them for you during this time, or if you're watching the replay after the replay, I'll be popping back and forth in the Facebook group. By the way, if you're not familiar with me, maybe you're new to the group, welcome everyone. I'm Pamela Pedrick. I am a registered nurse and a certified health coach, and I help women who work in healthcare to go from burnt out, exhausted, unhealthily overweight, and eating their feelings to rejuvenated, energized, at their optimal healthy weight for their unique bodies and no longer eating their feelings. I help them to break the chains of dieting and emotional eating so that they can stop surviving, start thriving, and live the life of their dreams. Yeah, so if you feel like you're burnt out, you feel like you're stressed, you feel like you're overeating, stress eating, emotional eating, if you feel like you've done all the things, and holiday time can be a really difficult time for you. I've been there, done that myself when it comes to eating. I am a recovered binge eater, so I understand holiday times were my binge fest, legit, from Halloween all the way till actually past New Year's Day because my birthday is January 4th. So I always had up until that Monday after my birthday. Yeah, so the whole first week of January was still a binge fest for me back in the day. So, but these are really, I'm all about being very practical in the strategies that I teach, things that are easy to implement and that are practical. And these are strategies that you can definitely use and not feel like you're depriving yourself, not feel like you're missing out on the seasons of the flavors of this season, right? So, but there's a way to do it so that you're not gaining the typical 5 pounds of fat that most women do between Halloween and New Year's. So the 20-minute mindfulness method is a way to slow everything down so that you can tell if you are comfortably full or not. It takes about 10 minutes from the time we are actually physically full for us to realize that we are. So if you're not mindful in your eating and you're continuing to eat, you're going to have more food on your body that your body does not necessarily need for fuel at that time. So it's going to be diverted for a future fuel, aka fat. So the 20-minute mindfulness method will help you to digest your food better as well and help you to tell when you are comfortably full or not. And so I have two handouts for today. I have a journal that goes along with it because let's be honest, sometimes there are things that are going on that we're maybe stressed, maybe there's some emotional things that are going on with the holidays. Holidays can be great, but also not so great, right? Sometimes there might be some certain family members. I think we all have those certain family members that can press our buttons a little bit more. Sometimes maybe it's, you've lost a loved one during this time. So it's a little bit more emotionally, heightened for you this time of year. So that's all about today of helping you to slow down in your eating. Once again, this is a strategy that I teach all of my clients because we need to be more mindful in our eating. I also give you some other tips involved with today's training as well that help you with that. I give some very practical tips. Tomorrow, you're going to learn about the perfect partying strategy. So whether you're hosting parties, holiday parties, or whether you're going out to holiday parties, that strategy is going to be all about how to navigate the parties without offending anyone, right? So without missing out on the flavors of the season and in a way that you can enjoy it without overindulging. Let's be honest, sometimes it's navigating those conversations with friends and family as well when, there's a way to navigate it without offending them because as soon as you say, well, I can't have something, they get offended and then they want to know why you can't have their food. I have clients who I teach. I go through this whole healthy holidays with my clients and I go in depth and give them more strategy and techniques. And I had one client who said, thank you so much because Thanksgiving is really difficult for me with certain family members when it comes to, I'm sorry, don't want your food because it's going to give me consequences and I'm not going to feel the best, right? But there's strategies that I teach them on how to navigate as well. So let's see, any more announcements? Oh, by the way, the more you participate, okay, there is a contest. So participation, what does participation look like? Participation is commenting on the nightly Q&As. Participation is commenting. I'm going to have a separate post on any ahas, inspirations, or insights about the content that you're learning and implementing, and commenting on the Q&As, commenting on the day's content as well. So the more that you participate, the more you will have what I call raffle tickets, so to speak, for the grand finale prize. What is the grand finale prize? The grand finale prize, I'm going to type it in here. I'm going to show it right here. It is called the Metabolism Jumpstart Rev Up the Weight Loss. It's the DIY, the do-it-yourself course. This prize will help you determine whether or not you have certain food intolerances. It'll help you to regulate, maintain, stabilize your blood sugar. And blood sugar stability is not just for diabetics or pre-diabetics. Everyone should have blood sugar stability because blood sugar, if it's not stable, if we got highs and lows and highs and lows and blood sugars all over the place, that causes inflammation, which also causes weight gain. And we also know sugar, the more sugar we eat, the more fats that we can get on our bodies and the more weight that will also weigh, more weight will gain. It makes it difficult to lose weight. Plus, it's a low inflammatory way of eating. And every client who goes through this sees results by far. But this is a DIY. You do it yourself. But I give you videos to follow as well. Metabolism Jumpstart Rev Up the Weight Loss, the value of $597 for you for free for those who participate. And those who participate the most will be that winner of that one as well. Plus, sometimes when you're live on the Q&A and you comment, I have additional prizes that I just randomly throw out. So you just never know when that's going to happen. So, and sometimes it's not just one person, sometimes it's everyone who's on live gets that prize too. All right, so if you're watching the replay of this, any questions about today's content, check your email. Check your spam folder, check your other folder, check your promotions folder. Gmail has a tendency to throw my emails into your promotions folder. And I'm going to give you, it's going to come from this email address. Pamela at weightlossbeyondthefood.com. I'm going to throw it up here for you as well. So all the emails are going to come from that email address. You can put it in your search bar of your email provider and look for it. And it's going to say Healthy Holidays Day 1, something to that extent, Healthy Holidays Day 1, 20-minute mindfulness method. Plus, it'll also have it in the Q&A reminders in the email at the bottom. There's a link for that day's content, a link to sign up. There's a special training coming up Friday and Saturday, by the way, and then a link to the Facebook group for those who have not joined the Facebook group. Speaking of special training, yes, there is a special training that is going to happen Friday and Saturday. I did make a banner for that one if I can find it. So Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time and Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. There will be potentially a replay. So if you're like, none of those times work, just pick one because there potentially is going to be replays, but you need to be registered in order to get the replay of that. And I can't find my, so it's going to be a special, it's about a little over an hour training. It's called the Beyond the Food Weight Loss Method, where if you're looking to how to take what you're learning now and continue into the new year, because let's be honest, how many of us have ever done a challenge, right? Whether it be a challenge or a workshop, we're all gung-ho, we learn, we're so excited, and we're implementing. But then as soon as that support and accountability of having someone like me or whoever is running the challenge or the workshop ends, it's like everything goes by the wayside and we kind of go back to our old patterns of behavior. Well, that class is going to help you give you potentially things that you're missing from your journey, your health and weight loss journey, helping you find the missing links. And also I'm going to give you a way to continue the momentum not only into the new year, but after as well. I have something special for you at the end. So it's going to be this Friday at 1 p.m. and then Saturday at 10 a.m., both Eastern times. Possibility of a replay, but you need to be registered in order to get the replay access for that. By the way, there's something with when you click on the link, the button in the email, there's going to be another, it's going to take you to this page to register. Click the green register now button. For some reason, it only gives you Friday's date. But if you click the register now button, the green one, the next page under events, then it's clickable. You can click down and choose the Saturday time if the Saturday time works better for you better than the Friday time. So 2 times Friday and Saturday on how you can continue the momentum not only into the new year, but after as well. All right. And then also day 3, I'm going to give you a strategy to crush the sabotaging cravings. Day 3 is going to be that. Tomorrow it's all about how you can party without going overboard. I call it the perfect party strategy because parties can be a little difficult for some people because there's so many goodies, right? So I call it the perfect party strategy so that you can have fun, celebrate, enjoy the season, whatever holidays or even birthdays, because there are a lot of birthdays around this time of year, that you can enjoy it without feeling like crap the next day. Let's be honest, sometimes we feel like crap the next day. I call it a carbohydrate hangover. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's not necessarily the alcohol, it's all the goodies that you've had before, the night before, like the cakes, the pies, the cookies, whatever, the chips, all the carbohydrates. And the next day you feel like crap. I call it a carbohydrate hangover. It's from all the inflammation that we have given our body by virtue of the food we have eaten the night before, where you feel low on energy, you feel like crap, and you're like, ugh, can't even get out of bed. So perfect party strategy will help you prevent that carbohydrate hangover the next day or a hangover in general the next day if you tend to, like to party. No judgments as well. So once again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I'll be coming live right here in the Facebook group. Any questions, any questions about the workshop? By the way, there's still time to join. So if you are in the Facebook group and you have not joined, you can, there's a link above to the description of this video. Just click on that. It is free to join. You have until Friday to watch the content. Once the day opens, it remains open until Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. So you can catch up if you miss a day. So today's content will be open until Friday at 7 a.m. And then day 2, once the day opens up, it remains open until Friday. And then the special training on Friday and Saturday, 2 different times available. If none of those times work for you, there will be potentially a replay, but you need to register in order to get the replay access as well. So if you're watching the replay and you have questions, post them below. I'll be popping back in the Facebook group to answer them for you. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the perfect party strategy. And then day 3, we're going to talk about the number 1 reason why we tend to overdo it during the holiday time and why cravings can come into play as well. And that strategy will definitely help you to crush those sabotaging cravings. All right, to your health. We'll catch you tomorrow night right here in the Facebook group, all about day 2, the perfect party strategy. And if you have any questions about today's content, you can definitely hop on tomorrow night and ask questions about today's content as well. Anything's up for grabs. To your health. Have a great night. Take care.